Welcome to the Golden VIP Lounge, also known as Jodee Rich's domain. Jodee, thank you for joining me.
It's great to have you in. I love your energy.
Oh, thank you, Jodee. Yeah. We're here at the PlayStation Theater in Times Square, New York. This was your and Cameron Bale's vision, and your whole team of People Browser have pulled this off, and I'm so grateful that you trusted me to come in and create some extra value for the speakers and sponsors here.
Well, what you did was you created videos. How many did you do? 100 videos?
104 videos.
And you said Cameron and I, it's also Devin and Alex at OpenSea. It's been a real team effort. And we've had 150 speaker applications.
Amazing.
And today we have 400 people who have shown up.
So tell me a bit about your hope for this event and then what you've seen happen that exceeded expectations and maybe things that you hope will happen for the future events that you may do.
So we picked NFT because that's our focus. And we wanted to bring the thought leaders of the NFT community together. And we've seen that. We've seen extraordinary networking. And we need to have the networking because the app developers need to get to know the exchanges. They need to get to know the wallets. The app developers can be sharing tokens amongst themselves because that's what NFT is about. If I have a sword in a game, I should be able to use it across games. Or if I create a token about myself, which I have done, I have made a whole series of tokens around my life. Those tokens should be transportable across any platform. And that's what's really cool about NFT and the blockchain.
That's great. And so tell me about People Browser and Cred. You have many different brands. Those are two I mentioned. Maybe give a little, 15-second, like this is what my companies are. So people that maybe don't know you and what you do have some insight. So
if a brand or an influencer wants to create their own NFT that's actionable, the Utile token, that we could make 100 of you, 100 coins, and share it with people. You could give it to all your fans, and when they accept your coin, they can be connected in your own little baby network. So they're actionable with social actions, and you control it.
And I'm talking tonight about NFT 2024, my personal 5-year predictions and hopes, but more specifically, I've been interviewing several dozen speakers and collecting their predictions and hopes so I can string in some of those things in my talk. Share, what do you think, or what do you hope this industry becomes in the next 5 years?
Right, so in one sense, this industry has been around a long time. It's about digital assets, right? Domain names are digital assets. My birth certificate is a digital asset. My passport is a digital asset. They also exist in physical form. And the blockchain is getting more and more sophisticated, so we can store more and more sophisticated digital assets that can even think for themselves. So one of my digital assets might be a little bot that roams around the network, the internet like me, and it finds things that I might want, or it makes decisions for me. So we're going to see NFTs becoming more and more intelligent. Right now, my life's NFTs are my birth certificate and pictures of me when I was a kid and learning to fly and my university degrees and the businesses that I've been a part of. And they're redeemable for certain things that I'll do for people. In the future, they may be redeemable for much more complex things. Maybe even an AI that can speak like I do.
Right. With your accent and at least a shadow of your personality, if not even very similar.
So I'm a New Yorker. I know I don't talk like it, but I was born here, and I was dragged off to Australia during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. That's why I speak like this.
What question would you have liked me to ask that you could have answered? What do you want to tell people that you haven't had a chance to say?
Well, I'm really overwhelmed with the support that we've had from the community. I'm overwhelmed with the way people have networked, and I've been really overwhelmed with how New Yorkers have embraced NFTs and the culture that we have created. So I wanted to say thank you to the New Yorkers.
Great. And for all of your future events, imagine that this is a 10 or 20-second promo reel for the next NFT or the next People Browser, next Cred event. Why should people come to your events and be a participant, a speaker, a sponsor, an attendee at the events that you are going to be creating in the near future?
Well, we've worked really hard to connect people, and we've worked really hard to give people an NFT swag bag. And the swag bag consists of all sorts of really fun virtual assets that people can redeem for either real goods or services or even just 5 minutes of my time. So the NFT swag bag's been part of it, getting people to connect's been part of it, and we've also tried really hard to welcome all sorts of different speakers, not just speakers who have money to be sponsors, but speakers who have really great ideas.
And one of the things that you've instituted in this event here is the concept of 5 people in the audience taking a token and basically acquiring or trading that token with a speaker for 5 minutes of their time after they speak. Why should other events model, copy, engage your team to help them do the same or something similar?
Because I've been to many events, and for me, there's nothing more frustrating than seeing an amazing speaker who's just out of reach, who you can't actually connect with. So we want you to be able to connect with our speakers. And we've also been a little wild and crazy. I've put this this onesie. I'm a crypto kitty right now. But I will take it off if you want to wear it. And we're going to give.
I'm tempted.
We're going to give these away.
I might be too small for that.
I have one that's one size bigger than you would be just.
Okay,
you would be beautiful. You would be sleek and beautiful.
Hey, it'll humble me and remind me to.
No, you're beautiful anyway.
No, and I'm confident enough, anyways.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Jodee.
Yeah, good on you.